Hey everyone, it's Lauren Alvin with Add a Pup Dog and Puppy Training. Is your dog spoiled? Are you sure? Are you sure? They're not. So I hear this a lot. My dog's spoiled, etc. Usually what the people mean is my dog is lacking good manners training. So they're jumping up, they're pulling on leash, they're barking in order to get something like that. Maybe they get a lot of wonderful, delicious, maybe expensive toys and treats. They have, baskets and baskets of goodies at home. Maybe the dog enjoys attention. They really crave to be pet. They want everyone who comes in the house to lay hands on them like I'm doing for Nina right now. Or the dog likes to be the center of attention and is usually the center of attention. Or the dog's just doted on. They're the baby. They get everything they could want, and the house is situated for their comfort and their needs, and they're considered in every decision that's made. None of those are bad things. None of that is a bad thing. That is how you should treat your dog. That's your duty and your honor as a dog owner, to give them wonderful things and make sure they're happy and safe and give them attention when they want it, how they like it. That's part of being a dog owner. If there's things you don't like, so if there's an undesired behavior, if the dog's barking for attention and it bugs you, then train them. If they jump up, then practice polite greetings. Take a class with Add a Pup. If they're getting a lot of goodies, good, they should. They're dogs, they don't get that much to do. You can use all their goodies as means to enrichment. So instead of just handing out, delicious fancy treats, which is totally fine, you could make it even more fun and even more meaningful and even more enriching for their lives to put it in a puzzle toy, something like that. There's nothing wrong with getting a goodie just for being a cutie pants, but if we can make it more meaningful in their lives by making it enrichment, then everybody's happier. If your dog likes attention, give it to them. If they're asking for it in a way that you don't like, then go back to training. But if they like attention, wonderful. I know plenty of people who would love to have a dog who actually likes to snuggle. If it's not a problem for you, then it's not a problem. If you don't care that your 5-pound Yorkie jumps up on you to get attention and wants to get picked up, then that's not a problem. It's your life and your dog, and if it makes them happy and it makes you happy, then there's no problem there at all. If your dog's being doted on and everything is situated for their comfort and their needs, you're a good dog owner. That's what that means. They're family members, and they're family members with knives in their mouth, so if they're uncomfortable, then things need to change. But they're family members. They rely on you for everything. Everything. They don't have thumbs, they don't have money, they don't have cars. If we wanted, you could wake up the next morning and take your dog and go get him put to sleep. You control everything about their lives, and they love you unconditionally. For whatever reason they do. The least we owe to them is to give them happiness, however that happens for both of you. If that just means the dog doesn't like seeing people walk by the house, so you put up, frosted cling on the windows. Is the dog spoiled because you're changing your decor so the dog doesn't bark and feel safer? No, it means you're considering the way that your furry family member feels, and you're making everyone's lives easier and less stressful. Doing nice things is not going to ruin or spoil your dog. It's not going to make them aggressive. It's not going to make them dominant. It's not a thing. They're not going to respect you less. They don't respect you anyway. Dogs aren't capable of that, is what I mean. They're not going to respect you any more or less, any more than they're going to be patriotic or proud of the college that you went to. It's just not something that dogs do. So being kind to them isn't going to make them look up to you less. I mean, you're probably taller than your dog. It's not, the only way it's going to affect your relationship is they're going to want to be around you more, and if you're paying for the things, that you like, they're going to want to do those things more. So if you're doling out the good things contingent upon behavior, those behaviors are going to increase. And your dog is going to have conditioned emotional responses to the person who does out all the wonderful things in their life, and you're going to be their favorite person. Not because they're spoiled or selfish or, oh, there's the treat machine. It's, I feel good when I'm around you, and when I feel good, I like to be around the things that make me feel good. That's how sentient beings work. They're not going to be lazy or ungrateful or shiftless. They're not going to live in your basement until they're 40, smoking weed and playing guitar all day. They're thinking beings, but they are kind of simple ones. Not simple like, they're definitely complex, but they're dogs. You know dogs. It is possible. It is absolutely possible to pay for behaviors that you don't actually like. So a dog could learn that if I go up and at a person long enough, they'll give me something. That's not a spoiled dog. That's a smart dog who's figured out that this behavior is an effective way to get the things that I want, and I've trained the humans to do that. So they're not spoiled. They've simply learned through consequences, previous behaviors, that that's an effective way to get the things that they want. And that means that your dog is smarter than you. It's also possible to be, smothering is kind of a judgy, overbearing, I guess I'll say. So if you want to teach your dog stuff, you don't have to, but they're gonna learn. But if you want to teach them specific things, it's possible to always rely on your input. So literally this would come up with, you always have a treat in your hand, or you're always nagging them with cues, or you're just, I know it when I see it. So my point is, if you want your dog to learn things, then when you get to the point where they can do it, then you sort of take your hands off a bit and let them do it in real life situations. So you're not always eagle eye, and you're not always nagging them with cues, and you're not like, etc. My goal in our classes and with clients is always to teach the dog how to make good decisions on their own. So if you get to the point where they can make the decision, it's possible to not let them do it on their own. But again, it's your dog. So if you don't mind having to be constantly in trainer mode all the time, sit down, oh my gosh, what the dog's gonna be, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, then, I mean, that's fine. It's not like they're gonna have to go buy their own house or go to Harvard or anything. They can rely on you for the rest of their lives, and they will. It's also possible to not let a dog be a dog. So, you know, not letting them sniff, never letting their feet touch the ground. If they're little dogs, that happens a lot. But all dogs are individuals. There are plenty of dogs who would much rather be carried everywhere than ever set foot on the ground. And if that is truly what that dog likes, then that's totally fine. And if you're happy with that, then that's also totally fine. But none of that is spoiling. It's just knowing your dog and what they love and what makes them happy, and knowing yourself and what you love and what makes you happy, and finding that happy little medium so you can both exist together. And that's not spoiling at all. That's just being a good dog owner. So you can't love your dog too much. They're not around nearly long enough, so you should make it count while you got it. Let me know if you have any questions or requests. That's a sad note to end on. Let me know if you have any questions or requests. This is going to be posted after I'm recording it. So we've got regular beginner good manners classes. We've got Puppy 101 at North Paws and Animal Health Clinic of Funkstown, $15 a puppy. It's an hour-long thing. We talk about socialization and potty training and nipping and sits and downs and play and stuff like that. And then we're gonna have the fall schedule coming out soon. A couple intermediate classes, and the loose leash walking class will be coming back. We do that around town. But yeah, trying to keep summer chill. Everyone's on vacation. It's just crazy town. Questions or requests? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.